Guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Concord Valley, where hopefully soon you will see the change in the in the sign. But no, right now we're just this should be just the little side portion here in the entrance that I began. And then right after should be the rooftop bar that I got over there with the restaurant on top. But at the beginning here, I thought it looked a bit too vapid. I think there was missing something here, right when you get in. And I thought, hey, maybe a little clock tower, It's kind of spit. A lot of times, stuff like this, I'll be spitballing, So, this ended up being a pretty decent, I would say, inner range shot. I wouldn't say a bullseye, but I think it ended up doing pretty okay. And a lot of this stuff is really reps. So you just keep doing it, the better you'll get at it, and it all start coming together. Next build after that will be even better. So first I started doing something like this before I actually really get to the clock tower part. And honestly, I probably could still put a clock tower here. See what I'm saying? Like, I see ideas now because of that. But no, I ended up going with a more smaller idea. But I think the main reason I got rid of it was the lining, how it lined up. Because they're technically two separate heights by the literally not even feet. I would say like half foot and some stuff. It just was not lining up. It did not look good. Roofing. So I ended up going using more of the townhouse to try to just utilize, which has turned into one of my favorites to use in the game. One of my favorite themes, in my opinion. It is I don't know. It's a very common thing you would see in real life. So the fact you can throw that in, especially for Mainstreets, even for Victorian themes, it looks really good. So. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one so far. I feel like I said the toy box, like I said in the episode before, it could be a sleeper, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm debating on making this a small little something. I don't know if I can. I'd probably put them on the side here, but it'll only be one. But yeah, and also I saw those things. You'll see. I'm gonna make like a little it's not necessarily gonna be Duloc, but it's inspired, like a Duloc little like audible area. Just how, if you ever watched my ode to Planet Coaster 1, I had one of my last parks, my big mega park. It had the Bing Bongs, which were the quartet, the barbershop quartet that you could put in. They'd play every now and then, but to me, I think a lot of people get inspiration in building from the parks they go to. If they do go to parks pretty often, right? Or the parks they've been to in the past. So, for me, growing up at King's Dominion, there's a lot of things I notice I do. I make parks pretty foresty. I make them you have to kind of discover. They're not necessarily that much terrain. But the coasters generally try to be something that's insane, intense. I never try to make something that's re-rideable as the marquee attraction, which I probably should, but I have been more keen of that with other builds. It's just generally with these parks, and so I'm just going more my comfort. Just now that the games I haven't really done it in a while. I'd say let's go ahead and go at it. But yeah, I make the generic theme, man. Something about it, because it's like you gotta think about holding back in some aspects, which now is a bit hard. In fact, this parking lot might be too much. You know what I'm saying? It might need to be aspects to take away with that, if you're really to think about it. But no. I would say they're a regional park, big amusement park, but they have a budget close to Hershey. They're doing pretty well. So, yeah. So yeah, as this is coming together, hopefully everyone's builds inspirations have been going. Like I'm saying, the what's coming up with just people in general with this awesome builds in the park series, and just Cinematics, man. I'm noticing. I wish I can get the cam offset mod to work a bit better. Or work at all, really, for me. I'm having issues with it. I think I might need to reinstall, tinker with it a bit more, and figure out exactly. I might just be a goober. It might just be missing something completely in the README or whatnot. But yeah, the mods that people are coming up with, it's been awesome. It's been very cool. The one I've been really liking is the one where it changes the FOV. That, to me, it just is perfect. So a lot of games, FOV matters, and then this game is a bit too close, right? I think putting it to 80, 90 maybe, so it might be too much, but I think 80, it just makes, that alone, it makes coasters look so much better when they ride in any cam. Yeah, so, and a few of the cinematics you might see when they're coming out, you might, oh, that looks a bit different. It's because of that, yeah. So, that's another reason. It feels like with the mods, it's just more free content on top of the free content that's been in the game. Now, I feel like I bit the bullet on the toy box. I feel like I shouldn't have necessarily just gone for it just yet. Because honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to use the things in it just yet. Specifically the coaster, right? The NF Miler, paying $13 for an NF Miler alone right now. Obviously, I'm going to use the stuff in the future, but that's kind of the thought process I have. Yeah, we're just cleaning up the guest service area. It's really going to be nothing too much. And the staff building that will be there. I started doing facilities and things as well to showcase where those stuff's going to be. Just kind of help me put in mind where, like spacing of it all. Excuse me. And, yeah, the topography of where it's all going to go. Pathing will kind of just expand. I used to kind of path up the whole park, but not too sure exactly, because this is going to be a bit, I always try to pride myself in making an actual good layout that makes sense when you walk through it. So, because a lot of these parks, I'm sorry, man, like, it kind of just threw stuff around, and getting around to, like, each attraction, unless you're following the park, and sometimes even just following just the path is not necessarily intuitive. You're going to miss some things, or you walk past what you're trying to do. Yeah, so here we're continuing some more of the townhouse, also because, just to keep the theme coherent here, but it does expand onto more lime plaster, quote-unquote, that concrete look, and a bit more, just more modern brick and all that stuff. So, but here it's gonna be, I'm pretty sure make this kind of a slushy area. You can go in, immediately get your cold drinks, and I think I'm gonna put a Viva La Vegan at the very end somewhere, probably on the other side. I always do that on my main streets, because I just feel like it's an underrepresented thing at the parks in real life. I'm not even vegan, but I just, I hang out with them. I go to parks with a good bit of them, and yeah, I think it's been unfair, man. I think it would be awesome to just kind of know you can go to the park and not have to leave, God forbid, sometimes, or kind of starve, just to enjoy your day, which some of them just do. They're used to it. I don't think that's the thing you should get used to. So, but this is a slushy area, so yeah, you can go ahead and get your slushes here. It's just gonna be part of the old stuff. This probably would have been recycled with a few other things before, but for now, this is for the slush hour. And then next to it will be, I'm pretty sure, the beginning of the rooftop, but it's also going to be our gift shop underneath. So inside of that, we're going to have a good look at that. You're getting a look at the gravity group, which I did have a time lapse of that, but honestly, it didn't seem like it was long enough, and then we went straight into this. I can still put it up if you guys want to, but I feel like each time I make a coaster, they look better, they ride better. So in 2 years, I'm gonna say that coaster is just trash, right? Like, but no, I honestly find something pretty endearing in all my creations. Even going back to Planet Coaster 1. But there were some that were pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, but some that were kept even throughout the years. It's like, okay, I see what I was doing. I just didn't have the facilities yet. I just didn't have the skills yet. And no, this is me doing a lot of these pauses here, me looking on the side at exactly what these, because I don't want to make these look too extravagant. I just kind of want them to look almost like apartment townhouses. Not necessarily apartment, just ones you would see going down a very busy metropolitan area. But a bit older. Like before they get, like, oh Jesus, like this. Maybe like the 60s, 70s. But obviously built around the 80s, 85. So, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to go for that look because I think it's very good. And also, if you're going for a warehouse, kind of like grungy, industrial, it's going to be perfect with this. Yeah, playing around with everything in the game, I tell people it's well worth the sale that is going on right now. Like deluxe edition's under 60. You get every single thing in this game with how it's working. Even I think base, like you're playing with a lot of stuff in the game. Now obviously you're missing some coaster types. So I was saying right now, if you're on the fence, you don't have the game yet. Right now is the best time, and every time I say that, it seems like they made the game even better. So. It seems like every time they do that, there's a sale around it too. Not always, but their Frontier games go on sale a lot. So, yeah, you can see the ugly just prototype sign. Really, the sign for me wasn't the main thing on the entrance there to tell me. It's the more I looked at it, the more in the park. There's just some things you just kind of know. Like if you just sometimes you keep looking at it and it gets better, right? And that's because me and my wooden coasters generally I can make a lot of steel coasters, and the concepts, they kind of just work, right? I get what I want to do with it. Wooden coasters, I'll be alright, I'm cool with that. I'll log on the next day, and I'm like, alright, I hate it. Sometimes it takes longer for it to really see it. But, yeah, sometimes you just know, right? Like, you just know what you like. So, right here, on the right side of the main street, we're beginning, this is where I was doing the gift shop. I'm like, I want to actually have it. I wanted to, utilize it, so I have reasons to use the interior, right? So I'm going to actually do it now with a lot of things. So, these quick service areas, not necessarily, I don't need to, no, because I know this park's going to be humongous. I'm really thinking about assets now, and just size of park, not even necessarily laziness, which was a big reason in the past, but now is no longer the reason. It's, I kind of strive to make stuff look at least somewhat, like it was some time into it. And if I can't make an interior again as it works, that's even better. It gives you a reason to actually, it's a mechanic in the game. So there's stuff like that where I would like, and it's way better than, I would say like restaurants specifically, way better than how they were in the last game. Because last game, people would go inside, but you still wouldn't have a reason to necessarily go see it up, right? Because they would walk in and you just see a little number of how many people at tables were sat, and that's it. Now they can actually sit down, go up and get some food, and take an actual. Now technically, I don't think they work like a sit-down restaurant, but it's like how a lot of, basically 80% or more of the restaurants in a park works anyway. I would say it's rare to have a sit-down in a regional park. Most of them are reserved for like the Universals or Disney's and whatnot. But Hershey has one outside of its park. But that's the thing, it's outside. You don't even have to pay a ticket to go to the Chocolatier. So, yeah, as we're getting close to the end, I started doing some lighting to actually get some sense of where this the scenery is gonna go, the landscaping, and I actually just started doing that. That's will be the time lapse I'm working on after I just started working on a few of these here. So, be on the lookout. Because there should be, like I said, there should be quite a bit of this coming on here. Quite a bit of this content here, bit of this series, and expect Brothers Peak literally, because you're probably like, what's going on with that? A lot has gone on with that, and I don't know if I said it, but the recording just when we recorded months ago, but the recording just kind of corrupted, and market recordings never corrupt, so it was very odd, just really unlucky. And Jordan, who I'm collaborating with, just had a newborn at the time, and he already has had a little toddler himself. So busy man, you know what I'm saying? Busy man. So the fact to being able to have some time, because apparently the little dude is a lad. He's a chill lad, just a chill guy. Hands and the jeans and everything, because much better. And obviously still has to look after the kid, but he has much more time than he thought with this one. So yeah, expect something to happen with Brothers Peak, at least an update, because we have another Brothers IP park happening. Yeah, we have an idea with the Sorcerer pack, Fantasy pack going together. Like, there's a lot you can do fantasy wise, high fantasy. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that as well. But really, I'm gonna just shut up because that's just way out in the future. This series is gonna be happening, and then Brothers Peak will also be in periods, and nowhere near as long, but it will be in periods as we continue to work on that. And obviously the podcast. Go ahead and take a look at that, because that's the main thing we do here. I also forgot this is the photo kiosk area. Steam Sage is using reason for me to build this up, because you can actually utilize the game and its mechanics. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little wrap up here, a little cinematic, how I always do, showcase. So y'all take care, stay homey out there, stay warm please, because Jesus, every time I step out to do anything, it's just horrible. But no, enjoy some Planet Coaster. Have a good one, homies. Catch you in the next one.